everyone. So you wanted to dig deeper into Thomas Edison, huh? Beyond just the light bulb guy. You know the basics, but the sources you sent. Wow, this is a deep dive into a guy who basically invented the future.
It's true, and I think, what we forget is that Edison wasn't just an inventor. He was really a visionary. Like, he knew how to take these ideas in his head and turn them into things everyone could use.
Right, and we're going to get to all that. But, okay, so a light bulb we know, but over 1,000 patents. Over 1,000.
I'm mind-blowing.
That's insane. So to get how he did it, we got to look past the inventions themselves, right?
But the system is what's fascinating.
Yeah.
Edison brought science, engineering, and business together. Like, nobody was doing that before.
So it's less about that aha moment, more about what he did after the light bulb went on, metaphorically.
Exactly. Like, think big picture. A world lit by electricity. The light bulb's just step one.
Which makes his childhood even wilder, right? A few months of actual school.
It's true, yeah. Considered a handful, always asking why. Always tinkering. His mom pulled him out, homeschooled him, but really encouraged that curiosity.
That takes dedication, wow. And get this, he had serious hearing loss young. But he saw it as a good thing.
Resilience, man. He said, let him focus, tune out the world during experiments, even gave him more time to think since he wasn't stuck chatting.
Turn a weakness into a strength, right? So how do you even start inventing?
Telegraph hooked him, totally obsessed. First lab was a train baggage car. And here's where you see that practical side. He makes the universal stock printer.
Which wasn't just a cool gadget, right? It filled a need on Wall Street, yeah.
Exactly. Real-time stock info, huge back then.
Yeah.
Gave the cash for, well,
Menlo Park.
Menlo Park.
Practically Silicon Valley before Silicon Valley, right?
Perfect comparison. World's first R&D facility, organized, collaborative. He knew great minds together beat one genius alone.
And from there, boom, phonographing. Changed how we experience music, really.
Right before, it was live and in person only. Suddenly, you bottle the sound, replay it. Musicians never had that before. How they were heard, how we buy music. Huge.
Wild how that one invention set the stage for, like, Spotify centuries later. But we got to talk about the obvious, right? Edison lit up the world, literally.
And everyone fixates on the bulb itself, but the system around it. That's the thing. Power plants, the whole grid. He envisioned how to get electricity everywhere.
So not just a product, a whole electrified future. That's another level.
Totally. And it's what kicks off the war of the currents, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, now I'm no electrician. But Edison loved him some direct current, right? DC.
Big time. Yeah, while his rival Tesla was all about alternating current, AC.
And we know AC won out for the power grid because, long story short, it's better over distances. But even when challenged, Edison stuck to his guns. Tells you something about the guy.
Oh, yeah. Stubborn as they come, our Edison. But, even when things went wrong, he learned from it, tried again a different way.
Good lesson there. Don't be scared to mess up. It's how you figure stuff out, right? So what's after the current wars for Edison? Seems like he'd already done it all.
Oh, he never stopped. Never. In fact, his later years get kind of weird. Like, concrete obsessed he was.
Hold up. Concrete, like sidewalks and stuff. Not what I picture with, like, the phonograph guy.
Right. Total curveball. But Edison, he saw concrete as the future of houses. Cheap, strong. He even built whole houses, furniture too, all concrete.
Now that's thinking different. Could have retired on light bulbs, but no. Concrete houses. What was he even going for there?
Housing crisis. Back then too. He wanted homes that were fireproof, tough. Anyone could afford them. Concrete was his answer. Bold idea, even if it wasn't a hit like his other stuff.
But you gotta admire that, right? Taking risks, big swings, even if they flopped. The guy never stopped trying to invent something.
For sure. He could connect ideas nobody else saw. Turn them into something new. That's the inventor's brain,
Makes you wonder, over all those years, did his methods change? Or was he always working the same way?
Good one. The core stuff, yeah, experiments, teamwork, that was him. But as the problems got bigger, like World War I, suddenly everyone needs rubber, right? Edison dives in, builds a giant lab in Florida just to research plants.
Florida lab? Didn't know about that. The guy never stopped being curious, huh?
Never. Always learning, pushing limits. This rubber thing, he tested over 17,000 plants.
17,000. Dang, talk about dedication. Imagine trying that many times before you get it right.
See, that's Edison. That belief that he could solve anything even if it took forever. That's inspiring,
From light bulbs to music to, get this, concrete and rubber. It's wild. A guy just wanted to invent, to, make life better somehow.
He did. And sure, not every idea was a home run, but that That's what matters. Learning from what went wrong, that's how we move forward.
We love the big aha moments, right?
Yeah.
But Edison's deal, it shows us most breakthroughs. It's a grind. Trying, failing, trying again, but smarter each time.
It's all about iterating, right? Never settling for good enough. That's what made him Edison, I think.
And through all that success, he never slowed down, never said, I'm good. Reminds me of that quote, I haven't failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. He wasn't afraid to mess up, as long as he was figuring things out.
Exactly. That's what we should remember, setbacks, they're not the end. They're just how we learn. Edison's whole deal. It's bigger than gadgets. It's about never losing that wonder, that drive to solve things, like believing we can make things better.
So we've gone deep on Edison here. What's the one thing you hope sticks with our listener?
Find that little bit of Edison in yourself, that spark of curiosity, that stubbornness to not give up and never, ever lose sight of what's possible.
Couldn't have said it better myself. This has been amazing, y'all. Thanks for geeking out with us on Thomas Edison, the OG innovator. Hope you learned a thing or two, and hey, maybe it'll spark some inventing in your own life. Until next time, keep those light bulbs burning.